You just heard Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannan say there is a chance of some severe weather moving into Arkansas tonight, so we thank you for checking us out at 6. I'm Rolly Hoyt.
And I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. We'll get a check from Tom on what you need to know in just 3 minutes. But first, Mayor Frank Scott Jr. says the violent crime happening in the capital city is unacceptable, and it's his top priority to fix it. And today, the mayor outlined his plans 2 weeks after the city board joined him in declaring the recent uptick in violent crime a state of emergency. THV 11's Mercedes McKay heard the hour-long press conference the mayor held this morning and has some of those details. Mercedes, the mayor talked about the city's joint efforts to help with this problem. What are they?
Rolly, Marlisa, there's a lot of pieces involved in the mayor's plan, and much of that comes from $2 million that city leaders approved last night. Now, that money will actually go towards organizations that are dedicated to focusing on the youth in our community. But the mayor really emphasized today that this is a problem they can't fix on their own.
It's going to take the entire community. It's an all-hands-on-deck approach. And so it's not an either or, it's a both and.
Saving the next generation. That's what Mayor Frank Scott Jr. is pouring his focus into as Little Rock experiences an uptick in violent crime.
We have teenagers who have access to military weapons. Teenagers who are not adults, teenagers who do not see past the age of 25 because for whatever reason they've lost hope.
These teenagers are at the heart of the recent crime, according to the mayor and the chief of police. The majority of the victims in the 64 homicides in 2021 were between the ages of 11 and 24.
That tells us that we have to get it right when it comes to prevention, intervention, and treatment and addressing root causes.
The mayor says they are coming at it with a holistic approach through community violence intervention, proactive policing, and helping fund 11 organizations dedicated to helping the city's youth.
What that means is there's a new set of eyes, a new set of ideas on how we are addressing youth and young adult violence.
One of those new set of eyes is Joe Vincent. His family-run nonprofit, Fab 44, has been around since 2014 and has already made an impact through things like sports meals and after-school programs.
We were founded solely on community outreach, on being able to give back to the community.
Now he's expanding that with help from the city by creating a Labor Day program lawn service. But it'll be much more than getting their hands dirty.
We want to take it a step further because we want to make sure that we're striking the interest of a young entrepreneur that will look at maybe doing this instead of going out and doing the unthinkable.
Vincent hopes his program will not only help the city, but impact these kids' lives.
I think it all results to, one bottom line, and that's, being able to teach them how to make money and how to use that money effectively to make their situation better.
Vincent's program will coincide with the city's non-emergency 311 hotline, and he actually believes this program could start as early as March. Marlisa?
Now, Mercedes, we've seen this uptick in violent crime, but are there certain areas in the city where it's specifically happening?
Yeah, Marlisa, there actually are, and that's something that Police Chief Keith Humphrey addressed in the press conference today. He said the Little Rock Police Department has actually identified hotspots in the city where most of this crime is occurring. And actually, the mayor added that he lives in one of these hotspots, which is why he's just as concerned as the rest of the community. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much for your reporting tonight, Mercedes.